have the power.
Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd, and today we're going to talk about the new Origins 2000X. And these look pretty cool, so let's check them out. Let me go and get my thing started here, and there they are. 4 of them, 4 figures, and let's go and look at one of these each at a time. Let's start with Mer-Man. Now, Mer-Man, as you guys know, he's a pretty fun character and one of my favorites because I'm actually a fan of Aquaman and mermaid stuff and everything else because the sea is like awesome. And so Mer-Man is always one of my favorites, but let's take a closer look at that face. That face! Now, I don't know how you feel about this face. The eyes look really cool, but the head just looks so beanie on there. I don't know, it just looks like it's just barely sitting on this giant swivel. But it's not terrible, but it's not fantastic. But anyway, let me know what you think about this face. But let's go ahead and continue on. So next, let's talk about his feet. Now, his feet look like normal human feet. I am surprised about this. I thought they'd be kind of monstrous looking or web toes or something, not just regular looking. I mean, even Skeletor's feet look more hack than these do. In fact, you know what? They might even be the same feet they might use for Skeletor. I don't know. I didn't get a Skeletor to see. But these feet just look ordinary. They do not look like merman type feet, which really surprises me because every merman we've seen had some sort of webbing feet or something else or pointy toes or some weird thing. Now, granted, the original mermaid had the same feet as Skeletor, but Skeletor back then had the web toes like Mer-Man, so it worked and it fit. All right, so there is Mer-Man. And aesthetically altogether, he does look pretty cool. So I'm not like really upset about it. I think it looks cool. But let's continue on. So next we have Orko. Now, Orko was never really one of my favorites. You guys hear me say that all the time. I say, yeah, Orko, not one of my favorites. I used to hate how the show would kind of, act kind of silly with Orko doing stuff. And it just took away from the barbarian theme that I kind of liked, like with Conan and the old comics and things like that. So they have this childish type character. But before we jump into the character himself that I feel about it, let's just look at the figure and how it looks. So first up, the head. Now, as you look at this head, there's something really interesting about it, and that is his ears are stuck like right here. And if you notice, they're stuck in the hat, but they don't really connect to a small little black head in the middle. He has this black bowling ball type head. Actually, it's smaller than a bowling ball, but his ears would not connect. You look at the angle there. They do most of these giant straight in like this and straight back out. If you were to imagine how they would look, it just would not work to have those ears like that on that Orko. And it's just really strange looking to me, the way they have that spacing right under his hat. Like there should be something there connecting his ears at least to the lower part of his head. I don't know. But they should have been further up on the hat so they actually match with his head, not so far down that it matches with his neck down, or I don't know how to explain it, but they don't even show him under the hat. So obviously those ears are only attached to the hat. It's almost like 2 different artists made it. One made the head and one made the hat ears, and they put them together and they didn't jive. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but that just does not work very well. All right, so let's talk about his hands. Now you see in the other picture, we saw those blue flames coming out, but there is actually hands that he comes with, not just the blue flames attached or blue magic or whatever it's supposed to be. So he does actually have hands, and that's kind of cool. So looking at this character, I do like aesthetically how he looks in total. Just not a fan of the ears not being attached to where his head should be. And now that you see it, you can't unsee it, can you? How his ears are kind of floating out there too far to actually attach to his head. It's just ears on his hat. Like when you see someone wearing little cat ears on the top of their head, it's like they're in the wrong place. But anyway, it just drives me crazy. So next we have Teela, and I did bring in my 2000X Teela so we can go and talk about her. Now remember, this is the toy, and the one on the screen is based on the cartoon. So a little bit different aesthetic we're going for here. So here we have Teela, and I don't know what they're thinking. First they gave us Evil Lynn with a smirk, and now we have Teela with a smirk. Is every single female figure in the 2000X line going to have a smirk on their face? I just am not a fan of the smirk. Now, it was okay for Evil Lynn to have it. It's kind of funny. That's funny. But when you have more than one person having a smirk, it just gets too much. And I think it's just all the females that had it so far, none of the males. So I'm not sure what's going on with the smirk. I don't know. Yes, they are both characters that are sarcastic, you know, but they don't need to show the smirk, because the smirk was on their face the whole time through the cartoon. It was just once in a while, Teela might give a jab, or Evil Lynn would give a jab, you know, but to have the smirk the whole time. So again, let's go ahead and zoom up on this face right here. And you can see, focus, that this face was not perfect. They gave her a lot of heavy eyeliner originally, but they didn't give her like a crazy smirk or something else. And she also came with more accessories, her sword and her shield. This one only comes with just her snake staff, and that's it. The staff of Ka. Or is the staff of Ra? I don't know. Ka, Ra. I forget what Toy Guru made up originally. Alright, so next, let's talk about her knees. Those knees. Now you can see they're actually just attached right on the figure. And again, here's the 2000X knees. So you can see what it looked like on the toy originally. But again, this is based on the cartoon, not the toy. But the cartoon was based on the toy. So you got the toy made the cartoon, and the cartoon made the new figures. So it's kind of a weird, kind of third generation, if you will, of interpretation of what the figure looks like. I kind of wish they would have gone back to the original figures to at least do some of the stuff on it. But, oh well. And again, these look like computer generated pictures, so it's probably not the actual figure or the actual paint jobs that we'll see. I don't know. It's just my guess. I could be wrong. I've been wrong many times before. Just ask my wife. She'll tell you, he's wrong all the time. So let's go ahead and continue. So there is Teela. And when I first saw this Teela, I'm like, yes, she is so cool looking. And I thought, only if they made her for Masterverse. That'd have been awesome to have this Teela in Masterverse. And I know a lot of people have tried to customize this Teela and make one of their own. But after seeing the smirk, it's like, I just don't know. You know, I'm going to have to take the hair off carefully and put a different Teela head on, or a different head. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about not even getting her, even though she was one that I was going to get out of the bunch. All right. Next we have, yes, Roboto. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Dun, dun, da, 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 da. Anyway, so we got Roboto, and this Roboto looks really cool. He is based again on the cartoon, not on the toy. And first up, you can see he has his head. Now, one of the negatives right off the bat is his little jaw does not move on here. I didn't expect that it would, but I thought maybe they will. But you can see it's actually molded into the same piece, so the mouth's not going to move at all on this, like we have with every single Roboto ever been made in the past. The jaw's always moved. Yeah, I got, this is in the 2000X one, but even way back, even all the way back in the 80s, the jaw was actually animated as you rotated his body. But this Roboto does look really cool. Let's go ahead and look at some more features of this guy. So he has this gun. Now the weird part is the gun is on the wrong arm. It's supposed to be on the right arm, I thought. Now I need to go back and look at the cartoon and see, but every Roboto I've ever seen has his gun mounted on his, now this video is mirrored, so it will look like it's the correct arm as the picture you're seeing. But this is a mirrored video, so you can see if I held up things with text, the texts are backwards. Da-da-da. But it's supposed to be on his right arm, not his left arm. Now, the picture of Roboto is not mirrored. That is the actual picture that we got. Now, here's what's really strange. Is you see that whole red portion of his gun coming up? Remember that for a minute. Next frame. There we go. There's the attachments. And if you look at that gun is just the end of it, and that's it. The whole back half is his arm. His arm is red. And so basically just where his wrist disconnects, maybe just his hand, maybe not his wrist at all, maybe just his hand, and then that gun piece, just the front of it just snaps on, and the whole red piece then becomes the gun. Now we think we saw this also with Masterverse, I can't remember, but where they had part of the gun was also part of the arm. I think it's we saw. Anyway, let me put this Mr. Roboto back. Oh, this one's so cool too. I put a USB drive in him. Look at that. So that's why he's by my computer here, because he actually holds some secret files of the masters of the universe. He has the plans for how a new weapon that Man-at-Arms has created on his hard drive. Anyway, I'll put him back. Stand. All right. So next is talk about those super cool monster stomping boot, waffle block stomping boots, right? These boots are just boom, boom, boom. They have giant jump jets on the bottom, and he flies with them or jumps with them. Now, I don't know if these have jump jets on the bottom, but we saw that with a 2000X figure, and it was just so cool. These giant monster legs. And I love all the intakes on the front for those jump jets to work. So these massive boots, I have loved this in 2000X since the very beginning. It's like my favorite part. I've actually duplicated the idea on some of my classic figures of big old boots, big old feet for my Roboto. Now, the last thing, and this is like so cool, is they did give him a clear chest, which we knew they would, but they also put stuff inside, because the first pictures we saw a long time ago didn't have anything on the inside. It was just an empty, clear shell. But they did put some gears. I don't know if they're going to move or not, but it does make it look cool to see that. Now, hopefully, they add something that does something. But if not, at least a plate that goes over the top to cover it. I didn't put the white picture on here showing all the parts he comes with. Oh, yeah, I did. I did, didn't I? And I don't remember. Let me back up for a second. Back up. Yeah, there was nothing in there showing the plate covering the front like we saw at the 2000X, both in the cartoon and in the toys. And the reason why that front piece was there is because when he went in after being a chest robot and rebuilt himself bigger with guns and stuff, he added armor to the front so he would not be, shot in the front and have his stuff destroyed. So that was cartoon accurate to have that front metal chest piece. Oh well. Oh well. So, waffle stomping boots. Yes. Clear chest. Check. All right. So there he is. And I'm definitely getting him. So out of the four, I might still get Teela. Maybe, maybe not. And I definitely will be getting him, but the other two, probably not. Even though I like Mer-Man, I'm not really doing the origin stuff too much. But I'm thinking about using these two for customs for other things. So we'll see. Hopefully this is an oversized figure so I can use his parts to make some cool stuff. So hopefully. All right. So you have seen all four of the figures. And now I need you guys to mark down or in the comments, let me know which ones are you getting? Are you going to get multiples? Are you not interested at all? Or what are you going to get? And remember, these are origin size, not Masterverse. But these would really rock as Masterverse. Oh, if they were Masterverse, I would get all of them except for Orko. All right, well, that is all that I have. Thanks for joining me. Like they say in the 1987 movie, good journey. Bye now.
If you found enjoyment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Do it!